excuses, new defeats. Everybody yelling, hold on, but my spirit screaming retreat. I don't hate you, I just woke up. Clock ran out, I sobered up. You can love hard and still decide this game ain't built for us. They confuse quitting with courage, confuse loyalty with pain. But if I'm losing myself here, why keep playing the same game? If I forfeit a game, that's wisdom. Call it strategy, not shame. But if I forfeit a relationship, why they act like I lost my faith? I'm not scared, I'm just clear now. I'm not cold, I'm just free. Sometimes walking away is winning. When the cost is me. Sometimes walking away is winning. When the cost is me. Forfeit. Lay it down, let it go. Forfeit. I ain't losing, I'm in control. Stay down past the deadline. Called it love, it was survival. I was fighting for potential while ignoring what was vital. You can't heal where you keep bleeding, can't grow where you stay small. If I gotta break my spirit, that ain't love at all. Why they clap for self-destruction? Call it strength, call it grace. But the bravest move I made was leaving without hate. If I forfeit a game, that's wisdom. Live to win another round. But if I forfeit a relationship, why they try to tear me down? I'm not bitter, I'm just honest. I'm not lost, I can see. Sometimes walking away is when the cost is me. Sometimes walking away is winning. When the cost is me. I don't quit on love, I quit on dysfunction. I don't quit on life, I quit self-abandonment. Say it louder for the ones in the back staying stuck, ain't commitment. Hey, if I forfeit a game, that's wisdom, not a loss. Every shift. But if I forfeit a relationship, I reclaim every piece I give. I won't stay just to prove nothing. I won't bleed just to be seen. I don't forfeit my future. I forfeit what's killing me. Yeah, I said I choose me, no regretting. Forfeit, watch me rise. This ain't quitting, this is life. Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the Love Palace. Welcome to a Daily Dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the Love Palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchored down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
Consequences. A word that many people fear, avoid, or only associate with punishment. But the consequences are much bigger than that. Consequences are the results of our thoughts, our words, our actions, and even our inaction. Every day we make choices. Some choices move us closer to our goals, while others move us further away from them. Life is not just made up of what happens to us, life is also made up of the consequences that follow the decision we make. A seed planted today becomes a harvest tomorrow. A kind word builds a relationship. Our harsh word can damage a relationship. Saving them coins, that money today, may create security later on in the future. But spending it carelessly today may create stress tomorrow. Every choice carries an outcome. Every action leaves a footprint. And every decision writes a sentence in the story of our lives. The beautiful thing about consequences is that there are also teachers. They show us what works and what doesn't. They help us grow, mature, and become wise. So the question is not whether consequences exist. The question is whether we are paying attention to what they are trying to teach us. And today, we're going to talk about it. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddessdee of Love. How's everyone doing today? I am having a lovely day. I woke up and did my meditation and yoga with Holistic Royalty by Kels. I hope you got to join as well. I had some thoughts, talked to my family today. It's just been a wonderful day because it's Friday. It's Friday. Some people are getting paid today. Happy Friday for that. It's Fun Fact Friday. Here at Daily Dose of D, we're going to face some facts today. We're going to face some facts today. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the word of the day here at Daily Dose of D. The word is consequences, the result or effects of a particular action or situation. Important, significant moment. And let's not forget the quote of the day on this Face the Fact Friday. Every action has its own consequences. We cannot escape them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our title for today's episode of Daily Dose of D is Consequence. Every choice creates a ripple effect. So once again, I want to thank everybody for coming to Daily Dose of D. If you're new here, I am your host, Goddessdee of Love. For those that already know, thank you for being here and thank you for always supporting me at the Love Tower. So I'm talking about the consequences of life. I'm going to discuss what the word consequence means, where it comes from. You know how I like to break it down. How every choice creates an outcome, the positive and the negative we experience. There's actually 4 types of consequences that I'm going to discuss. And I'm also going to discuss the law of unintended consequences and how we can navigate life's outcomes with wisdom and accountability. So, this conversation today can help every single one of us because no matter who we are, consequences are a part of life. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's talk about consequences. Okay, family? So, When we hear the word consequences, we automatically think of punishment. I know I used to. But the word consequence simply means a result or effect that follows an action or condition. Now, this word comes from the Latin word conseeu, which means to follow after. So think about that for a moment. A consequence is simply what follows. If you exercise constantly, better health is going to follow, right? If you ignore your health for years, health challenges can follow. If you have to study for that exam, you get a better grade may follow. And if you avoid studying, a fewer grade may follow. So think about it like this for all my people that like to garden. Think about planting a seed in the garden. Whatever seed you plant determines what eventually grows. Life works much the same way. Our actions are seeds, and our consequences are the harvest. The consequence isn't always good or bad, it's simply the outcome that follows a choice, behavior, or a situation. Life is constantly showing us what follows our action. Have you ever looked back on your life and realized one small decision changed everything? Mm, I have. Maybe it was accepting a job, ending a relationship, starting a business. Maybe you wanted to go back to school and you went back to school, or simply deciding to just believe in yourself. Sometimes we think big changes only come from big decisions, but often it's the small daily choices we make that create the biggest outcome. So take a moment and ask yourself today, what choice am I making repeatedly that is shaping my future? Think about that question, and I'll be right back right after these messages.
What should I do? What should I do? I know. We can start out by checking out today's word of the day. Here's today's word of the day. Do you know what it is? Consequence. Consequence. Consequence is a noun. It comes from Latin that means to follow. Consequence means a result or effect of an action. For example, every decision has a consequence. Can you use
tapping you boys? Yeah. Goddessdee. Yeah. We asking one question tonight. What a love.
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it won't honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings, everyone. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us
You want
today.
peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude next. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign.
Now you looking confused like,
What did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth,
she
huh?
looking right back like,
You know the truth.
yo.
Where is the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where is the love? Why we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just want trust.
Where is the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where is the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say, I'm working hard just to build my name.
Welcome back, Love Palace family. Welcome back. If you did not get an opportunity last night to tune in to Where's the Love At, you missed a great show. We talked about romance and finances. Can romance last without finance or with finance? Ask yourself that. And if you didn't get a chance to tap into Where's the Love At, go ahead and catch that replay and put a comment about what you thought that if it can last or not. Okay? It's every Thursday, double streaming, Big Mouthpiece here at the Love Palace every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That information will be dropped in the chat. So today, family, we're exploring how consequences shape our lives and how becoming aware of our choices can completely transform our future. So let's go ahead and continue this conversation, okay, family? So every day we make hundreds of choices, right? Many without even thinking about it. We choose what to say, we choose how to react, we spend time, who to spend time with, where we invest our energy at, and what habits we're going to practice. So imagine two people. One spends 30 minutes a day learning a new skill. Another person spends the same 30 minutes scrolling through social media. 1 year later, their lives may look very different because their daily choice created different circumstances. You see, sometimes circumstances appear immediately. Like if you touch that hot stove, you're going to feel that result right away, right? Other times, consequences may take months or years to reveal themselves. That's why people often forget that today's choices are building tomorrow's reality. Let me say that again. Today's choices are building tomorrow's reality. Whether you recognize it or not, our decisions are creating the life we eventually will experience. So not all consequences, family, are negative. Not all of them are negative. In fact, many of the blessings we enjoy today are positive consequences of good decisions we made in the past. Think about someone who constantly saves money. Years later, they have that ease of financial stability. Think about someone who worked hard on their marriage, their friendships, or family relationships. Over time, they may experience deeper and stronger connections. See, positive consequences require this, which I'm working on every day. It requires patience. They don't always appear overnight, but when they do arrive, they remind us that discipline, constantly, consistently, and good choices matter. Success isn't often a consequence. Confidence is often a consequence. Growth is often a consequence. And your peace, baby, is often a consequence. Think about something you're doing right now that's not good for your future. You hear I ask that? Think about something that you're doing right now that may not be too good for your future, like me eating all them chocolate chip cookies that I love. Maybe you're working on your health as well. You're building a business, healing emotionally. You know what I want you to do if you're doing those things? Keep going. Because some of the best consequences take time to arrive. So go ahead and think of something that you're doing good for your future. And when we come back, we will continue this discussion about consequences.
Don't ever make a decision more important than the consequence, because decisions give birth to consequences. People normally say if you make a decision, you got to live with it. That is not true. You don't live with the decision because that happens in one moment. You live with the consequences. So what you must do before you make any decision in life is don't study the decision. Make sure you exhaust every possible means to study the consequences. Don't ever make
Welcome to Holistic Royalty by Kells, where peace, holistic wellness is designed with you in mind.
You are just in time. It's time for meditation and yoga class. Follow me. My name is Queen Kells, and I am a certified yoga instructor specializing in Hatha Yoga, a practice of self-transformation using postures and breathing to focus the mind and body. It is a slower, more meditative practice where poses are held for longer periods. Before we start, allow me to guide you into today's meditation. Tune into Holistic Royalty by Kells on Mondays and Fridays for meditation and yoga, 11 a.m. EST. Oh, by the way, on Fridays, I teach bed yoga for those who are differently abled. Peace and blessings. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Welcome back, Love Palace family. As I stated earlier on before the show, that I was feeling good because I went to that meditation and yoga that Holistic Royalty by Kels had today. So if you didn't even catch it this morning, go ahead and catch it this evening. You'll be relaxed, you'll be stretched out, feeling good, okay, like I am. So tap into Holistic Royalty by Kels. Her information is dropped in the chat. Note that her meditation is on Monday and that yoga and meditation is on Friday. She actually had us in chair yoga today as well. So just be aware of that, okay? Now, we're talked about this consequences, right? The definition. Excuse me, family. We talked about the definition. We talked about the positive things consequences bring. Now, let's keep in mind, every positive step you take today is creating a stronger tomorrow. Now, let's talk about the negative consequences of life. Because we got to do both sides, right? Because negative consequences are often the outcome we wish that we could just avoid altogether. Yet, they can become some of life's greatest teachers. So, for example, someone ignores their car needing work, car needing maintenance. may eventually face expense repairs for their car. Someone who repeatedly avoids difficult conversation may experience unhealthy, damaged relationships. Someone who spends beyond their means, going shopping, uh, just spending out what they don't need instead of taking care of the things they need, may eventually face financial hardship. The lesson isn't to live in fear. The lesson is to understand that actions have outcomes. Let me say that again. The lesson here is not to live in fear. The lesson is to understand that your actions have outcomes. Negative consequences can be very painful, but they also provide valuable information. They show us where change may be needed. It also reveals those blind spots, and it helps us to make better decisions moving forward. Sometimes life's greatest wisdom comes from a consequence we never want to repeat. Isn't that the truth? Sometimes the greatest wisdom that we know we got this is because we had a consequence and we didn't like it and we don't want to repeat it. Okay? Think about a lesson you learned the hard way, Love Palace family. Most of us at least have one or two or even more. Maybe nobody could tell you. Maybe you had to experience it yourself because truly, before the lesson truly sank in. The truth is, family, that wisdom often grows where mistake once lived. Let me say that again to you. The truth is that wisdom often grows where mistakes once lived. What matters most isn't the mistake itself. What matters is what you learn from it. Consequences are not just outcomes, they're opportunities to learn, to grow, and to make better choices moving forward. So let's keep this conversation going. Let's move on forward, okay? As I stated at the beginning, that we're going to talk about four types of consequences. Four. There are four common types of consequences that show up in life. Now, the first type of consequence we talked about already is the positive consequence. These are the desirable outcomes that we enjoy that encourage healthier behavior. For example, working harder at your job can lead to a promotion. Okay? We talked about the second one, which is the negative consequence. These are the undesirable outcomes that occur after we make poor choices or poor decisions. And this can be repeatedly arriving late may result in disciplinary action at work. Now, this third type, a natural consequence. This happens without anyone creating a punishment. If you forget your umbrella during a rainstorm, you naturally get wet. That's what natural consequences are. And the fourth one is a logical consequence. These are directly connected to a choice. If a teenager damages their phone through being careless, they may need to contribute toward replacing it. That's the consequence. Understanding these types help us recognize that life is constantly teaching us through the things of outcome, through the things we overcome and the outcome. Have you ever said, I didn't see that coming? Raise your hand. I have. Sometimes we don't recognize the consequence of our action until they're standing right in front of us, right in front of our face. The good news is awareness gives us the power to make better decisions moving forward. So I'm going to take another break right now and let you marinate on all those thoughts. And when I come back, we're going to continue talking about consequences. Okay? I'm almost done with you today on this Face the Facts Friday, but we're facing the facts about consequences today. And we're going to face some more facts right after these messages.
Let's briefly talk about 4 different types of consequences or punishments that one could use. So my daughter just took a bunch of bulbs that I asked her not to mess with and buried them randomly in the yard. So 1, a tightly correlated consequence is you need to go undig all those bulbs and put them back where you found them. A loosely correlated consequence is some kind of yard work. So it's related, like I'm going to need to go dig those up, so you're going to need to do something that's now helpful in the yard. That's more loosely correlated consequence. If they were her bulbs and she was invested in them blooming, you could do a natural consequence, which is just that they're now buried in a way that they're not going to thrive, and so the natural consequence is they won't come up or they'll come up and fall over immediately. But the last one is an educational consequence, which is a positive consequence. So that she obviously had this impulse. So how about teaching her about different kinds of bulbs, how they have to be buried in order to grow properly? Use the interest and excitement, which was kind of misdirected, and redirect it towards something constructive.
We bring the light higher, fire in the rhythm, heat in the sound, COC energy shaking the ground.
Welcome back, beautiful souls. Now, sometimes you need a little help just to help you get through life, or you might be struggling with some things and you like, I need some insight, I need some clarity. Well, I am your insight coach, your clarity activator. And if you need guidance and insight on that, you can reach me at TikTok, Instagram, and we can set up a personal interaction to help you find your superpower. Because everybody has a superpower. You just have to look inside and find yours. And I'm here to help you do that. Now, let's continue exploring how consequences can show up unexpected in different ways. One of the most fascinating ideals is the law of unintended consequences. This law suggests that our actions sometimes create results we never expected. Now, for example, a person may work overtime for years to provide financially for their family. While they achieve financial success, they may intentionally be missing valuable time with their loved ones, missing activities with your children, missing a date with your mate, missing just family outings and gatherings. Or someone may avoid conflict because they want peace. However, avoiding conversations may unintentionally create even bigger problems later. Let me say this again. We, me, us, them may avoid conflict because you want to keep your peace, and that's okay. But keep in mind that avoiding those important, difficult conversations may unintentionally create a bigger problem in the relationship. This law reminds us that every decision has layers. Sometimes the outcome we see is only one piece of a much larger picture. That is why wisdom requires us to think beyond the immediate moment and consider the possible ripple effects of our choices. Have you ever said, I didn't see that coming? Most of us have. Life has a way of surprising us. Sometimes things work out better than expected, and sometimes they become more complicated than we imagine. The goal isn't to predict everything. The goal is to make thoughtful decisions while remaining flexible enough to handle whatever's going to follow. We're learning that consequences aren't just about what happens after a choice. There's also understanding the bigger picture of how our decisions impact our future. So we're going to navigate through the consequences. How can we navigate through these consequences effectively? Because we got to learn how to do that so that we can have a more enjoyable life. When navigating through consequences begins with just being accountable, having accountability. Instead of blaming others for every outcome, I want you to sit and ask yourself what's the role your choices may have played. This isn't about guilt or shame, it's about empowerment. Let me say this again. It takes accountability. Instead of blaming others for every outcome, you got to sit and ask yourself what was the role your choices may have played. This isn't about guilt or shame, it's about empowerment. We take responsibility. And when you take responsibility, you gain the ability to create change. Another important step is learning before reacting. When a consequences appear, ask yourself, is this a situation trying to teach me something? If I continue this behavior for a year, where will it lead? Who might be affected by my choice? What are the possible positive outcomes? What are the possible negative outcomes? Thinking ahead doesn't guarantee perfection because there's no such thing, but it does improve your awareness. If a relationship ends, perhaps there's a lesson about communication. If a financial setback occurs, perhaps there is a lesson about planning. If success arrives, perhaps there is a lesson about consistency. Consequences become easier to navigate when we see them as information instead of personal attacks. Consequences become easier to navigate, to move through when we see them as information instead of personal attacks. Wise decisions often come from slowing down enough to consider the consequences. Life is always teaching. The question is, are you willing to listen? Imagine driving a car while only looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to eventually crash, right? Life requires us to learn from the past while paying attention to what's ahead. The better we anticipate consequences, the better we can navigate our journey. Now, I'm going to take this last break and let all that marinate. And when I come back, I'm going to conclude this conversation about consequence.
And it's really hard to teach young people about this, but it's really important. And that's the law of unintended consequences. It's like, why are you so sure that your stupid idea will only do what you think it will do, and not 100 weird things that you don't predict at all that are worse than the original problem?
You are now tuned in
Collaboration over competition. It's the family, COC, and the world gonna know.
Let's go.
Collaboration over competition. I told y'all, baby, let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
Fire. It's big COC.
Collaboration over competition. I am the music and sound behind the COC, baby. Let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
They try to write us off like a bad check. They try to overshadow.
Collaboration over competition. Blessings on blessings on blessing. You already know. Let's go. COC, and the world gonna know.
Collaboration over competition. What up, fam? COC, and the world gonna know.
Let's go. It's big COC energy, fam.
The COC, and the world gonna know.
Let's go.
Voices in the darkness.
Yeah.
Bring the
Listen. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go. COC fire continue to shine bright.
We are back, family. You see the COC, we doing big things. You know, here at the Love Palace, we have Daily Dose of Dee, we have the shift, we have Where's the Love At, you have Holistic Royalty by Kels with the yoga and meditation, and she's going to be bringing that food back for y'all. Then you have the sounds of the COC, Alicia Dion on the ones and twos, and she'll be coming back with that soul work. Then you have Blended Healing Realm, the founder and the mother of the COC. You're going to get morning inspiration. You're going to get gateway to the ancestors. You're going to get dear friend. You're going to get whatever she has going on. Then let's not forget the gentleman of the COC, big mouthpiece, where you have Where's the Love At and Come On Brother. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all the wonderful people of the COC. We appreciate you all that continue to support us because it's collaboration over competition. COC, and the world gonna know. You feeling me? Now, let's bring this discussion all together. I'm going to let you go after this, okay? Don't forget that consequences are teachers. Consequences are some of the life's greatest teachers. These are the things that they teach: responsibility, accountability. They teach wisdom and growth. The consequence itself isn't always the problem. Often, the real problem is refusing to learn from it. And when we learn from our consequences, family, even painful experiences can become valuable lessons for all of us. Okay, family and friends. As I sit here today, we talked about many things regarding to consequences. But let me say this. Consequences are not your enemy. Let me say that again. Consequences are not your enemy. They are life speaking back to you. They are the echoes of yesterday's arriving in today. So every single choice matters. Every word you speak matters. And every habit matters. And every action matters. The future isn't built in a single moment. It's built one decision at a time. Some consequences is going to bring you joy. Some is going to bring disappointment. Some's going to bring lessons you never expected. But all of them carry the potential for growth. So, as I sit here, don't fear consequences. Respect them. Learn from them. Allow them to guide you toward greater wisdom. When life gives you a positive consequence, be grateful. When life gives you a difficult consequence, be teachable. Because every consequence contains a message, and every consequence contains a lesson, and every lesson contains the opportunity to become a better version of yourself. The life you experience tomorrow is being shaped by the choices you make today. So I say to you, family, choose carefully, choose consciously, and choose wisely. And when you choose differently, your consequences begin to change as well. Okay, family. I want to thank everybody for coming to the Love Palace, to another episode of Daily Dose of Dee. Shout out to the replay game that is watching this on replay. Do me a favor, leave me a comment. And all those in attendance right now and on the replay game, you can like, share, and subscribe because the cost is free $99. I repeat, it is free $99 to like, share, and subscribe. So I want you to remember that we're heading into the weekend. So make sure you check out Come On Brother this weekend, Saturday. Now I'm going to need you to have that notification on because there is some schedule changing and timing. You know, last Saturday he went on midnight my time, 11 his time. It was still a good show. But go ahead and hit that notification for Big Mouthpiece so you can go ahead and join the conversation and see the topics that he has going on. But in the meantime, Love Palace family, I want you to remember this. Your future is not built by chance. It's built by choices. The choice you make today become the consequences you live tomorrow. So choose wisely, choose with intent, and choose with a purpose. Because every decision matters. So until next time, keep growing, keep learning, keep believing in yourself, and remember that every challenge can become a lesson when you're willing to learn from it. Everybody have a fantastic, safe, peaceful, abundant, prosperous weekend. I am Goddessdee of Love, and this has been your Daily Dose of Dee, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace and love.
You are free to choose, but you are not free from the consequences of that choice. Every decision echoes, every action finds its way back. What you plant today will eventually grow in your life. Sometimes the results come quickly, and sometimes they take time. But choices always shape the road ahead. The words you speak, the attitudes you carry, the habits you allow into your life. quietly build the future you will one day walk into. And this truth is not meant to scare you. It is meant to guide you, because every new day gives you another chance to choose what is right, another chance to choose what brings peace. Choose wisely, choose with care, because the life you are building is being shaped by the choices you make today.
Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, bruh. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, bruh. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. I see it. Brother. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, brother. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Brother. Come on, brother. Go. Yeah, each one and teach one. Come on, brother. Go. Brother. You tired of seeing people suffer, my brother? Go, brother. Hey. Come still in that emergency state, go ready the date. If we don't get our act right, it just might be too late. No longer the wait, it's about time we elevate. I know you love to talk down and debate, but how we gon' find a way to keep the kids from getting hit by bullets dead straight on the switch of a gun that didn't fuck up the aim? Don't trip, I'm still pulling up on Saturday at 2 or even 2:30. Big mouthpiece back to clear up your vision, cause I know it's been getting blurry. They say that boy ain't funny, and he strictly good vibes only. COC money land, and this G is still the homies. Don't forget every other mental health money that come pull up on me. At about 2:45, we can't go live like it's us only. Surely but surely, old boy said he my dog, but this I heard he been hating on me. Hey, hold up, homie, come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, my sister, don't you know you are destined for greatness? Come on, sister, I put big brother mouthpiece in your playlist. Come on, sister, with your twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister, where the love at? I see black hatred.
I am Goddessdee of Love, creator, visionary, and certified insight life coach, and the journey continues. Welcome to a Daily Dose of Dee at the Love Palace. Today's word of Dee day is... Set your notification bell so you don't miss an episode. It airs Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. EST.
She don't chase, she attracts, she don't beg, she reflects.